Hey you guys, welcome back and I hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is gonna be about eyebrows and I have 3 here to share with you guys and I'm gonna review all of them and I'm also gonna have a demo for each one of them. So eyebrows, I don't really have anything specific as a requirement for eyebrows. Once you buy your first eyebrow pencil, if it meets your basic requirements and you like how your eyebrows look with it, you tend to not try new things and kind of stick with it. That is what I did maybe for the first 2-3 years of when I started to actually fill my brows in, and then I got the other two. So let's talk about today's candidates and I'm gonna rank them in a way of more expensive to the least expensive one. So the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil is the most expensive one in terms of the price and quantity that is offered. It retails for 499 rupees for 0.2 grams of product. Next is the Innisfree Auto Eyebrow Pencil. This retails for 360 rupees for 0.3 grams of product. I got this more recently, and before getting the Innisfree one, I got the Blue Heaven Artisto Brow Pencil Styler with spoolie, whatever. This retails for 150 rupees for 0.3 grams of product. Again, I'm gonna start reviewing them, no particular order. This is the first one, the Innisfree Auto Eyebrow Pencil. This is in the shade Espresso Brown. It comes in 3 shades and this might be the darkest one. However, there might be a shade that is even darker than this. I'm not really sure. The color they have on Nika, it's not really proper enough for me to figure things out, but this is the one that I personally got, and as far as the shade goes, I like it. It works for my brows. The packaging, you have the pencil on one side, the spoolie on others. The pencil has a oval sort of shape. I think this is less common than, let's say, the triangle shape that we have usually. The spoolie, I wish this was a little stiff because this is almost softer than my mascara wand, and some people might like that, but I'm someone who likes to spread the product in my brows with the help of the spoolie, and I think because this is so soft, it doesn't work that well. Coming on to pigmentation, it is very well pigmented. It is as pigmented as a brow product should be. The formulation is soft, but at the same time it's firm. It's a good in-between consistency, and if I had to rank them in the order, I think this might be the most firm one, but not in a bad way. You can work around, but at the same time it doesn't move around a lot in terms of staying power. This lasted really well on me. The shape of it, if you hold it vertically, you're supposed to be able to draw strokes, and then if you hold it at a wide length, you can draw wider strokes, more longer strokes. I like the concept. In practicality, does it work that well? I can see it working that way, but it isn't to the point where it blows me off or it makes me feel like, yeah, this is something that all eyebrow pencils should have. I haven't felt that. In fact, this doesn't do something for me that my other brow pencils aren't able to. I'm sure after using it for a while, I'll be fine. It's just the adjusting period that is getting to me. Let's go through the features that are listed on Nika's website underneath this product. So the first one is just very random. The second one, it talks about the oval shape being useful to draw lines as well as strokes. I've already talked about it. It also says soft texture for minimized irritation. I will agree. Even the spoolie, I think that's their point, for it to not irritate your brows, but because it's not spreading properly or according to what I like, I still go over my eyebrows again and again until I just end up grabbing another spoolie. So the less irritation part makes sense, but if I'm switching to something else anyway, then what's the point? And the last two are about colors. The colors that they have in the description, I think they have 4 shades mentioned, but I've only seen 3. It's an eyebrow pencil. If you're looking into buying this, I feel like you can go ahead and buy it. There is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing outstanding about it, but it also works well. And the last point, the country of origin for this is Korea. So if you're looking for something that works, which is the more practical approach to using an eyebrow pencil, then I'm sure this will be fine for you. Next, let's talk about the one that I've used for the longest, the Wet n Wild Retractable Eyebrow Pencil. This is in the shade medium brown. Apart from this, they have 2 other shades. I remember the shade dark brown being in existence, but I have not seen it around for a while now, so that I think makes this the darkest one. And this color, it's fine. Despite the dark brown shade being available, I have still gone to this shade, so that should tell you guys that I don't mind this at all. It has pencil on one side, spoolie on the other side. The spoolie is great. The shape of the pencil is the triangular shape that you see more frequently than your regular shapes. This, I feel like, because the shape is different and it looks like this will do something better, people kinda are making liking this shape, but I don't find this to be specifically easy or difficult. If anything, I would have loved a normal round or the pointy pencil like shape. That would be my ideal shape, but this also works. I've used it for a while, as I mentioned. The pigmentation on this one is great. There is no issue. I like the color. I like how it goes on my brows. The formula is slightly creamier, like maybe 5% creamier than the Innisfree one, so it's easier to work around. In a way, I also wish this was slightly stiff, because even when I have my foundation set, sometimes I will not be able to draw with this on it that well. It's not that big of an issue for me to be able to go crazy over it. I can draw over it, but I feel like the color difference is more obvious when you do that. Or not even stiff, a little more drier than creamier, but then you might not be able to spread the product out evenly and easily, so it's a gamble. I have to choose, and I'm perfectly fine with whatever I have right now. This also lasts really well, and I've mentioned this in multiple videos. This is a really good beginner's point. I really like this, and even after using this for 2, 3, 4 years, if I don't have an eyebrow pencil, this is probably the one that I'll pick up, because I've known this for a while, I've used this for a while, and it hasn't cost me any sort of inconvenience. Are you able to draw brow strokes with an eyebrow pencil? No, they're not made for that. But if you're just looking for the gradient thing, I think these will work really well. Let's go through the features once. These retractable pencils create fuller looking, perfectly defined brows. Perfectly defined is a vague term for everyone, I feel. Some people like that, some people don't. I personally like whatever this does for me, but if you want a very precise line that looks like hair, this is probably not your brow pencil. It also says it's easy to hold, and it gives you perfect control to create precise hair-like strokes. As I mentioned, that is not really possible with brow pencils. You need the marker glossier thing, but this on its own I do really like, and the country of origin for this particular one is China. Next is something that I purchased. This is the Blue Heaven Artisto brow pencil styler. I purchased this, I used it and tried it, and then I had to go ahead and purchase another brow pencil because this just won't work. Let's talk about the packaging. Pencil, spoolie. It's pretty much the exact same thing as the Wet n Wild one, and also this is in the color gray, ash gray. It's really gray. When they say gray, they do mean gray. I don't think this suits me. It's workable, but in the areas that I do not have any hair at all, like there is this area that is very sparse, and if I try to fill it in with this particular one, first of all, it's not pigmented enough, so it doesn't really do anything, but it looks very blue grayish. Even to swatch this, I had to take great efforts, and I'm not really willing to waste my life in that. I have enough stress in my life. I don't need to add another one. That is this pencil. Yeah, does this even work? Are you really doing anything with this, or are you just wasting money, time, effort on drawing things that aren't really being drawn? It does, however, swatch on your eyebrows, and the reason for that is your eyebrow has hair and the product kind of gets stuck in the hair. This is so waxy. This is almost a candle inside a brow pencil, but even a candle would draw better than this. Yeah, and it's not just the color, you guys. It just does not swatch. This swatch that you're seeing, I had to go in with a lot of pressure, and when I first got it, even this wouldn't happen. I think the top layers have come off, so now it's like doing the bare minimum. It doesn't work. What am I supposed to review? Will I ever repurchase it? No. In fact, the money that I paid for this, I want it back. There are better things on the market. Buy them, even if you have to pay a little bit more. It's better to buy things that cost you more than wasting small amounts of money on things that are cheaper but don't really work that well. Packaging is great, and I will use this spoolie quite frequently, but other than that, this pencil is pretty much useless, and I would not be recommending this to anyone. Don't buy it. Save your money and buy something else. Even the other two, they are absolutely beautiful in comparison to this. Let's go through features for fun. Brow pencil that shapes, defines, and fills brow for a natural finish. I think the natural finish definition is not doing anything at all, so it looks natural anyway because there's nothing done over there. Features an ultra pigmented formula and a soft texture. That's one big lie. The slant tip mimics the look of natural hair, doesn't do anything. If anything, this shape is not actually ideal. Long lasting, stay put for 5 hours. How am I supposed to test this if I cannot actually see it being on my brows? Waterproof, smudge proof, crease proof. Sure, your eyebrows are not gonna crease. That won't be an issue with anything. Waterproof. All three of these are waterproof. I have a hard time even reviewing this because it upsets me so much. Even if you are like, I just have 50 rupees to add in my cart, let me just buy this one. don't get a nail polish. The faces ones, they are great. And in case anyone wants to know, the country of origin for this is India. So yeah, those were the reviews. Choose accordingly. The Innisfree one and the Wet n Wild one, I feel like if you pick any one of those, it will be fine. Which one would I repurchase? I honestly don't have a preference. I've heard so many good things about the Innisfree one, so I have to use this a little bit longer and see if I like this more than the Wet n Wild one. For now, both of them are very equal to me, and I would probably purchase whichever one is on discount, or just try a new eyebrow pencil entirely. The Etude House one looks very tempting. The Blue Heaven one, it needs to go. These two, they do their job well. What else do you want? And that completes this video. I hope you found some sort of conclusion and you probably have something to purchase in your mind now. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video over here. Please like, comment and subscribe. It all helps a lot, more than you guys think. Leave down your video request. I would love to go through that as well. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.